Hello po sa inyong lahat at magandang araw po. Ngayon ay April 22, Friday. Ito po ang The Stock Market Today. Kung first time niyo po sa channel na ito, ako po si Benji Chodoro, isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007. Ginagawa ko po itong report araw-araw. I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. If you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. If you have stocks in mind that you want reviewed, please comment on the comment box and I will prioritize. I am not a financial advisor. Anything I say on this channel should not be construed as financial advice. Ang ating financial news ay tungkol sa BPI. Kasama ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, April 22, 2022, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, so let's start with the financial headlines. The Philippines needs to grow over 6% to cut debt, says Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez. 2021 trade deficit widest in 3 years. In our sectoral news, BPI first quarter 22 net income jumped 60% year-on-year to 8 billion. ICT expects trade headwinds from Ukraine war and Shanghai lockdowns. Bloom, Quezon City Casino on track to open in 2023. Then VLL plans to launch 44 estates this year. And then there's another thing here, no? Ayala Logistics to hike capital stock. I think this is significant kasi yung pag-increase ng capital stock, maaring magkaroon niya ng stock rights o kaya may papasok na bagong investor. So yun po ang ibig sabihin or significance ng pag-increase ng capital stock. They plan to increase at some point money coming in the company in the future. So may mga plano po yan. So let's now take a look at our headlines from the business or from Philstar. BPI profit soared by 60% to 8 billion. Ayala-led BPI posted a 60% jump in net income to 8 billion in the first quarter of the year from 9 billion in the same quarter last year. In a disclosure to the PSE, the country's fourth largest lender in terms of assets said total revenues climbed 4.3% to 25.4 billion from January to March this year compared to 24.3 billion in the same period last year. According to BPI, the strong performance in the first quarter could be attributed to higher net interest income as well as lower loss provisions. The bank net interest income increased 12.7% to 19 billion from 16.9 billion as net interest margin rose by 11 basis points to 3.42%. However, BPI reported a 14.5% decline in non-interest income to 6.4 billion from 7.4 billion amid lower securities trading gains, service charges, bank commissions, and underwriting fees. The 2.2 times rebound in foreign exchange trading gains to 702.1 million was not enough to offset the decline in non-interest earnings. The bank also cited the normalized tax expenses after last year's one-time tax adjustments upon effectivity of Republic Act 11534 or the Corporate Recovery and Tax Incentives Enterprise Act or CREATE Law. Expenses went up by 6.5% to 12.6 billion in the first quarter from 11.8 billion in the same quarter last year due to broad increases in all cost categories as the volume of transactions picked up given economic reopening and relaxed mobility restrictions. The provision for credit losses made by the 170-year-old bank from January to March this year was 30.6% lower at 2.5 billion versus a year-ago level of 3.6 billion. Okay, so yan po ang ating main news for today. At mamaya, gusto ko sana tingnan ng BPI, but anyway, tingnan po natin yan sa mga susunod na araw. Or pwede nating silipin ngayon, no? Kung anong nangyari kay BPI. At okay, 99, no? It went down by 1 peso. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the Philippine Stock Exchange. But before we get to that, let me read some comments here. Sabi ni Abu Ahmed, "Sir, keep it up." Okay, salamat po. Isip Roman commented, "Sir, Meralco bukas lahat ng indicators bearish na." Okay. And then, "Thanks sir, any thoughts on GMA7?" Sabi ni Philip Gons. Philip, yung GMA7, meron po akong video nung April 20, baka gusto mong tignan yun, ano? Kasi may news item po ako doon. But at the same time, since you requested for GMA7, include po natin siya today. Okay? Meron pang isa dito, si Nell Mill. "Sir, I am your silent viewer and I don't skip ads po. What is your thoughts about SEV, AC, and MBT po? More power." Okay, I didn't know that I already have ads. Neil, ano? Kasi I still need some subscribers to reach the 1,000 mark. Wala pa po tayo sa 1,000 mark. And if I reach that, ay magkakaroon na po tayo ng ads. Sige po, tingnan po natin itong SEB, AC, and MBT. Yan po yung request ni Nef. And, okay, new subscriber, Oliver Nang. Thank you po. Okay, so, let's see. Ito po yung PSE index. Okay, it went down. For the second straight day, 62.9 points down or 0.89%. Yesterday, it's 1.13% or 80 points down. So all in all, 140 points po ang binagsak ng index. And I think this is weighing on the war on Ukraine, ano? Ukraine war, yung use of meron threat of use of nuclear weapons si Russia. So some analysts are saying that the support level would be at 67, 68 or 67. But right now, on the short term, nasa 69. Nasa 69 po ang pinaka-support ni PSE index and it is on the bearish side. RSI is 45, it's bearish. Yung ating market activity, 100 companies declined, 79 advanced, 1242 remained unchanged. All share index is also down 0.82%. All our sectoral indices are down, and this was led by the industrials at 1.90%. Our most active stocks, so let's review your request. GMA7, MER, SEB, AC, MBT, and let's look at one stock, BDO. Meron po tayong news dyan dahil nagbigay po siya ng stock dividend, special cash dividends for the first time as a holder of BDO stocks, no? First time kong makarinig ng special cash dividend, no? At medyo malaki. Okay, GMA7 po muna tayo. Okay, GMA7, naku, bearish po siya, oh. So nag-ex-date na po kasi si GMA, eh. So what's happening here? May special news kaya si GMA? Was there a special news item? Remote communication using Zoom. Meron siyang annual stockholders meeting, I think. Okay, so bearish sentiment lang po. Nag-ex-date na po kasi siya, no? Sa kanyang dividends. Kaya po bumaba po yung kanyang presyo, no? And I think it's also weighing on the general market sentiment. In the meantime, yung ating support ni GMA ay nakikita ko po sa level na ito na nasa 1374, more or less within that area, and it's approaching oversold level at 31. Below 30 po, 30 and below ay oversold na po si GMA. So mapapansin nyo po dito ay meron pong gap down. Ayan po, no? Malaki po yung gap down niya. Okay, so this is the gap, ano? This is the huge gap that I see here. Yan po, ito po yung gap dito, no? Hindi ko lang ma-draw dahil I'm having problems with my mouse. Anyway, and somehow that gap will have to be filled. Pero maganda na pong area to, no? Na support level. And I guess if it continues to move down, kasi ito yung first support niya. Nasa 14.13 na yung first support niya or within support level, and then 13.74 po yung next. No, but if it continues to move down, that's the next support level, 13.74. Okay, then MER. Naku, bearish si Meralco. Tama po yung comment ng subscriber natin, no? At nagda-dive po yung RSI, nasa 31.82. Pero fundamentals naman po ang titingnan natin. Silipin nga natin ang fundamentals ni Meralco. Nasa 300 plus yan eh. No, 445. No? Or about 30% upside. So nagda-dive po yung presyo niya at magandang bumili. No? 340. Now, I think the support level, ang hirap i-plot ito dahil pataas po siya. But kung titingnan po natin yung pinaka-support ni next support is 326 within that area. Yan. 324 po. Ang pinaka-support po niya, yung next support level. The higher support is 335. So more or less po nandyan po sa area yan. And it continues to move down, but before you buy, make sure that it is already reversing in trend, ha? Kasi kung bibili kayo, baka dire-diretso siyang pababa pa, no? Make sure that there is a green candlestick before you buy. So, yan po ang pinaka-support level niya, 324. At the MA100 is about to cross the candlestick, meaning na nasa bearish territory na po or maaring magkaroon na downtrend, no? Kasi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 successive red candlestick with one thin doji. So I would say that Meralco is on a downward trend right now. Pero wag po kayong kabahan dyan sa Meralco dahil napaka magandang kumpanya po siya. Then SEB. Okay, sa SEB naman, so I would say it's just about moving sideways. So nagkaroon siya ng green candlestick here, and now it continues to consolidate at this level. So pababa po yung flag niya, but in other words, it's still moving sideways. So di ko alam kung anong tawag sa formation na ito eh. But the RSI is just at the midpoint. So it continues to move on the side. So ang pinaka resistance po nandito po sa level na yan, and the support that I see is at this level. Yan, so 43 is the support, 48.57 is the resistance, and Cebu Pacific is just moving sideways. RSI is just at the somewhat at the midpoint. Yan po. Then Ayala Corporation, bearish din po si Ayala Corporation. It had a red engulfing candlestick today, losing 24 pesos or 380. I think yung negative sentiment, no, on the war in Europe, in Ukraine, and between Ukraine and Russia is weighing here. And also probably some election jitters that's creeping in the market. And that's what I think, ano? May election jitters na pumapasok dito sa market. That's why it's weighing on market sentiment. So bearish po si Ayala Corporation, and I see the support here. Nasa 758 po ang pinaka-support level. Actually, this is support already. 756. Support and resistances are not exact points, but these are areas. NBT naman. MBT is moving sideways, and it has been moving at that level since the last week of March up to the present. You'll notice yung ating indicators just gliding through and piercing through our candlesticks. Ngayon, meron siyang income 60.04% higher than the previous, Net income is 22.36 billion. So, mas malaki ito kesa sa BPI. 8 billion lang kasi ang BPI. Support level, tingnan natin. Plot nga natin ang support niya. Nandito po sa area to, nasa 52. While the resistance, pinakamalapit po nandito sa 56.94. So, just moving sideways, RSI is also at the midpoint at 51. Finally, we have BDO. Now, BDO, surprise to, nag-declare po siya ng cash dividend, a special cash dividend at that of 1 peso. Ex-date is May 3. Payment date is May 31. So, kaya siguro to tumataas because of the cash div, So, in the past, since April 20, it has been moving up and it has gained 270 plus, so nag-open siya at 130, 130, and then right now, it closed at 135, so gaining 5 centavos in the past 3 days, So, yung pinaka-support natin for BDO is at MO100 at 128.79, while the resistance nandito po sa 139.14. Okay, so yan po ang ating report sa stock market. Yes, it's Friday, April 22, 2022. Ito po si Benji Chodoro. Nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay at hanggang sa muli. Stay safe, God bless, and bye for now.